Hi everyone, I'm Jim McGrath. I am a longtime congregant here at Zion Lutheran Church. I'm also on the church council and I'm a member of the project team that is working on the reconstruction of our space here at Zion. So what I want to do is I want to lead you up the ramp into the first floor space and we're going to talk about some of those improvements. Come on. So we're standing here now on the north side of the church on the ramp, which will be the primary entrance into the church for those that are part of Zion and doing business with the church. The south side of the church will be the primary entrance for the second floor apartments and the downstairs basement space, which we're calling the first. Come on inside, let's have a look. So we talked about those improvements that are happening on the second floor of the church space, as well as those improvements in the basement. We thought it was a great idea to also make some changes to our first floor space as part of this larger project. So come on, let's go beyond the zipper door and we'll talk about those changes that we'll see. So we'll start in this space right in here. So if you've been a member of Zion for some time, you might remember that this was the music room. This is now being turned into a multi-purpose meeting space. And just beyond the meeting space over in this area was a former storage space used by the Boy Scouts and some of these other organizations that have established a relationship with Zion. What we're looking to do is increase the storage space to about right here. There'll be a new wall built. And this is where we're going to store tables and chairs and other items we need for the common room. We can take them right out the door, right across the hallway, up onto the upper platform of the church. About right here, there will be a new room divider that will separate this meeting room space here from this multi-purpose room space over here. Now it's a little cluttered right now because there's a lot of construction equipment in here. But you can imagine that this is going to be a handsome new space that can be used for a variety of different purposes. And of course, I think what you're noticing as well are these wonderful new windows, which provide a great perspective out onto the common. And they're just so bright and airy, and it really transforms our spaces. Let's head over and talk about the kitchen. If you've been a member at Zion for some time, I'm sure you've had a chance to work in our small galley kitchen. One of the things that we heard as we were designing this project was that there was a desire to increase the size of our kitchen for a number of reasons. So what we're looking to do is we're looking to move this wall out, and this kitchen space will become much larger. It'll be much brighter. There'll be a new floor put down, all stainless steel equipment. It's really going to work well for not only our in-house events that we host, but it also could be made available when other outside organizations are hosting events in the common room. Let's head into the parlor. So the parlor space won't change all that much. Again, if you've been a member at the church, I'm sure you've spent time in the parlor here. This is going to be a really handsome space. We're going to get a new floor in here. There'll be new carpeting. Of course, it's much brighter and feels larger because of these new windows. One of the things we're also looking to do is to construct a coffee bar here with a sink. We are hoping that this will make this room more functional, and this will be the space that we can use to prepare coffee and small snacks and things. And that can also be an opportunity for those that are renting this space to feel more comfortable. Let's head out into the hallway and look at the pastor's office. The location of the pastor's office hasn't changed. It's still in the south corner here of the church. But the pastor's office is going to get just a little bit smaller. About where I'm standing, there will be a new wall and a doorway into the pastor's office. As we're upgrading our space, we're also mindful of heating system improvements that need to be made. So these are the old baseboard heaters that are throughout the first floor. And we're going to get rid of these, and we're moving toward what's called a heat pump. And this is kind of a new technology which we're implementing here on the first floor throughout the spaces here. And so these old baseboard heaters will go away, and there will be new heating and cooling system installed as part of the heat pump project. Because of the need to site an elevator as part of the project for full accessibility to the spaces within the building, a portion of the former administrative office needed to be turned into an elevator shaft. So that's what this is right here. The elevator shaft has been constructed, and as such, we've lost a little bit of administration space. But throughout our project, as we were designing the project, we realized that we could utilize the existing first administrative space for all of our administrative needs. So this space will be outfitted with desks and computers, and this is where staff from the church will operate out of. There'll be a new door here in the wall right here, and some additional storage space beyond this wall, and some additional storage space right around the corner here before you get into the pastor's office. So we've been very mindful about creating storage spaces for our needs here at the church. One of the things that's important to understand is that there will be good separation, secure separation, between the church and the other uses. So about right here will be a new wall constructed. There'll actually be a doorway, but it's only accessible from this side. Again, when folks are coming into this space, whether they live here and are heading up to the second floor, or whether they're needing to access services down in the basement space in the resource center, they'll be right here, and this is where they will access the elevator. The current stairs that have always brought folks to the basement will still be available, and of course the stairs up to the second floor will be available as well. But this is where the separation between the basement space and the upstairs space happens. One of the things that needed to happen was that the small pocket door, which existed in this location and which helped access onto the platform, this has been closed off, and new access onto the platform has been constructed in the space which was formerly the sacristy. So a new door has been installed in this space right here, and this is how we will access into the sanctuary after the project is finished. And in this space there will be a small janitor's closet created for our custodial needs. As we stand here in the hallway, I want to point out one particular element of our project which is really important for folks to understand is happening. Right up here above me is new piping, which is part of a new sprinkler system being installed throughout the entirety of the building. Now these are costs that have been absorbed by the larger project, by Hearthway. These are not expenses being absorbed by the church, but we're getting the benefit of that. So because of the size of the project and the complexity of the project, the whole building needed to be sprinklered. So we have a new sprinkler system on the first floor here, as well as in the sanctuary. And this is really important in that it'll make our building much more safe for us and for those living and taking advantage of the resource center in the basement. So that's a little bit about what's happening here on the first floor. It's a really important project for us. It's going to create some great new space for us, and it's going to really allow us to live together on one floor much more comfortably, and we're really looking forward to you and your family utilizing this space as part of our larger mission here in the community of Zion. Welcome to the second floor, where 9 apartments are going to be sited. This will be the area where the elevator will open up for those that are using the elevator to access this space. Let's have a look at some of the rooms. Now, each of these rooms is outfitted with a personal bathroom and has windows. It's large enough for a small bed, bureau, other personal items. These are going to be really handsome apartments. Again, for those that are transitioning out of homelessness. And we're really happy at Zion to be providing this for members of our community. Now everyone needs to do laundry. This is a location on this floor where a number of washer-dryer units will be set for the residents. Let's go into my favorite apartment space. Imagine waking up to this view every day. One of the benefits of this project to Zion is something we can't really see, but which is over our head, and that's the roof. Now, this project needed to repair the roof that was leaky, and that was something that Zion would have had to absorb on our own if not for this project. So one of the benefits, one of the many benefits that we received out of this project is a new roof on this 1960s edition of the building. Again, paid for by the project. So we've shown you a little bit of a glimpse of what these 9 apartment spaces will look like. And I think you'll agree that these are really tremendous and that they will really serve those in our community that need them the most. So I'm standing in the basement space of Zion, and this is what's been called the FIRST, or the Housing Resource Center. Let's have a walk through and see what some of those improvements have been. So this will be the space that'll be open for anyone to come 7 days a week, where they may access computers, use a restroom, take a shower, store their stuff in a locker, maybe get their mail, maybe meet up with individuals from organizations that provide housing or other resources. This is really meant to be almost a living room model where wraparound services can be provided for those that are homeless or on the verge of homelessness, or really anyone in our community. If you have any familiarity with our basement space, you know that this was the site of the former Zion kitchen. It's been completely transformed and will be a new kitchen space for this resource center. Let's have a look at the restrooms. So this is a location in the basement where new showers and bathrooms will be located. Again, these will be available for anyone who might need them. So this space down here in the basement has been hugely transformed. And again, this is a really wonderful opportunity for our community to provide a one-stop spot for those that are experiencing homelessness or on the verge of homelessness, for them to get the services that they need to make improvements in their life and help them on the next part of their journey. So I'm standing directly under the sanctuary, and this is the original basement space of the church. Now this is space which will continue to be under the control of the church. This is where we'll be able to have storage for those items that we need, good humidity controlled storage. So this is that space. Thanks for coming along on the tour of the project. If you have any questions about it, feel free to reach out to me, Jim McGrath, or anyone on the project team. Thanks for listening.